family business. And this is for the family that can't be with us. And this is for my cousin locked down, oh the answer's in us. That's why I spit it in my song, so sweet like a photo of your granny's picture. Now that you're gone, it hit us super hard on Thanksgiving and Christmas. This can't be right. Yo, you heard the track I did, man, this can't be like. Somebody please say grace so I can save face and have a reason to cover my face. I even made you a plate. Soul food, know how granny do it. Monkey bread on the side, know how the family do it.
What up, sound?
Juice boxes, y'all. If you are on the show, go ahead and hit that plus sign. Let's see those juice boxes, y'all. Let's see those juice boxes, y'all. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Red Room Talk. You can find us here every Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on the Red Room Talk. The Red Room Talk is a show about love, intimacy, and interpersonal relationships, including self. We are here to have candid discussions and cut through those stigmas to show that in the end, no matter your background, we all have commonalities when it comes to the matters of the mind and the heart. Last episode, if you missed us, that's okay. You can find us on YouTube by following the link in my profile and subscribing. Last episode, we talked about boundaries, but this week we're going to get deep with this week's topic, Thanksgiving, issues around the table. Tonight in the Red Room, we have an all-star cast. We have OG Shad, we have Gucci G, and Undertaker. But before we get started, all that I ask is you keep your mind open and your language clean. First things first, I'm going to let the guests in the box so they can introduce themselves, and then we will get started. But before we do that, actually, I do want to show off a little something here, y'all. I do have my new custom Red Room Talk jacket, y'all. We got Saturday over here. We got That's Okay in the back. I'm going to show y'all real quick before I let y'all in the box because, you know, so you can see the full thing. we got the Red Room Talk, y'all. That is lit. If you guys want something like that of your own, go to wancho.juice on Instagram. Someone drop that in the chat. Wancho.juice on Instagram, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and let the guest in the box. But hold on, we got... Well, hello.
Okay.
Hi. We're just waiting on
Hello,
one
y'all.
more. We're just waiting on Undertaker.
My host is looking amazing. That jacket is fire.
Is it? Look, we got
Wancho.juice. You understand on Instagram? That jacket
Somebody
is
dropped that in
fire,
the chat.
fire.
Wancho.juice on Instagram, y'all. Make sure y'all tap in for y'all Wancho Juice merch, y'all. We do customs too, but yeah. So make sure you go to wancho.juice on Instagram. Oh, we got that. Oh, here's our last one. There
Gucci, what up?
Wancho.juice on
What
Instagram.
up?
Hi.
Hey, everybody.
Yo, we out here.
Oh, he's spiffy for the Red Room. Okay.
Okay.
But
Let me
we
go
are
try
polite
again.
here in the Red Room, y'all. We are polite, so we're going to let the beautiful lady introduce herself first. Go ahead and introduce yourself and let us know what you got going on.
Hey, y'all. It's Gucci G. I was going to cuss, but I can't cuss. So, anywho, I'm here. I just support everybody. I go to everybody live, and, I'm just me, and that's it. I come to your stuff, and that's as good as it's going to get with me. Hey, audience. All right. Next.
Go ahead, Undertaker.
Hey y'all, I'm Undertaker. I'm usually invisible, but I be on here every day. You know what I mean? But
Not me.
but usually this is actually my first time on here. I'm just gonna have fun. You can find me anywhere. I'm all over the place.
OG Shy, OG for a reason. That's without any explanations. I feel a little underdressed being here in the Red Room, you know what I'm saying, my home, because the man below me is looking oh so fly, you know what I'm saying. Y'all make sure y'all give that man a round of applause, you know what I'm saying. He got the fit put all the way together, you know what I mean? Like, I feel a little underdressed, I try to pull the button up out of things. Listen, y'all can catch me streaming Monday through Friday, 5 to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch me every Saturday, now I mean, co-hosting with the best host out here, Miss Jenny Juice. But we out here, fave me, love on me. I reciprocate all of that. Let's get it. I'm happy to be here.
So very happy to be here. I am Jen and Juice. I am the host of this show right here, right now, the Red Room Talk. But you can find me every Sunday with that number 2 bubble, Wancho number, top badge, Wancho number. You can find me every other week in his life, every other week in my life for Soul Food Sunday. So make sure y'all tap in. And then you can find us again on Tuesdays for Wancho Snacks and Juice.
Snack time, baby. You know what I'm saying?
So make sure y'all tap in also on Tuesdays for that. And then make sure you guys just tap in every morning, Monday through Friday. So anyway, y'all, we'll go ahead and get started. Family is the fundamental group unit of society. Families have unique characteristics and relationships compared to other groups of people. Almost no other group besides family has a level of range or influence on a person's life over time. From big decisions like where someone lives to things as simple as how they squeeze a toothpaste tube. At the same time, families don't come with instruction manuals. Being part of a family doesn't necessarily mean that someone knows everything about being in a healthy, well-functioning family. The holidays tend to bring out the best and worst, not only in people, but family issues. I don't talk to Doug, I don't like Uncle Mike, etc. So how we interact during that time is detrimental to future gatherings. So the first question is,
what is the best way to address family issues with loved ones during the holiday? Before or after the family coming together?
anyone can
Ladies first.
Oh, he said ladies first.
I feel like if you have family issues and coming together, y'all have to have an understanding first. First thing is first, like it. You got one family, y'all share one bloodline. Regardless of how you feel, you better hash it out or just make it do what it do. That's my answer because you only got one. You got one mama, one daddy, and your family line is your family line. You just got to make it work. Learn to forgive, let go stuff, especially if it's not important. Something you're gonna forget about years down the line.
Right.
Oh,
Reporting live. Taker, reporting live.
Well, before there be family gathering, basically, um, we'll probably get together and you know talk about whatever the situation is first before we all meet up because in in my house in my mom's house she don't allow shenanigans, you know what I mean, or that back and forth at each other neck. So basically we're trying to fix the problem before we come together during the holidays. If we can't, then 9 times out of 10, if you have the same issue with the person, well, maybe you stay over where you at, that person stay over where they're at. Or if you don't want to be around, then you could be separate. You know what I mean? That's like saying mostly if you don't want to be a part of, you could be separate. You know what I mean? And that's basically how you can keep the peace. Basically, if you really look at it.
For sure.
Okay, I can feel that. I can feel that. I'm gonna be honest. Family, you're gonna have issues with family members, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. But my thing is this, especially around the holidays time. I can only speak for myself, so I'm one of those type of people that if I have a problem with a family member, and it's around the holidays where I know I'm going to see you, so I use that as an opportunity for me to address the said issue. I'm gonna pull you to the side. That's the type of person I am. I'm gonna pull you to the side. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have a conversation with you. I'm gonna let you know this is what happened, this is how I feel, and everything else. And then we can have a conversation moving forward. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I think that's the most appropriate way to try to handle certain family issues when it comes to the holidays because everybody's going to be there. My thing is this. You may not answer my phone calls. You may have ignored text messages, whatever the case may be. But we right here now. It ain't no bad blood or no beef. We're family. So I'm going to pull you to the side. I'm going to let you know how I feel about the situation, the type of mood it put me in, and everything else. And then from there, as adults, we should be able to move forward. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you can't choose your family, but you darn sure can add to it. You know what I'm saying? You can substitute the cousin that you don't really like for the friend that you met or the brother you don't get along. You may not be able to choose your family, but you can add to it. You know what I'm saying? Because blood is not thicker than water all the time. And usually family be the first ones to screw you over first. I'm just going to be honest. If y'all don't know that, I just gave you something you can use. Hello, who's listening?
Hello.
But yeah, that's just how I feel about that.
For sure. Honestly, I don't know if you can always choose before or after. I mean, it would be beneficial if you could talk about things before the family get together because you got to think about it. Like, you don't want to have that bad blood, especially if you're inviting someone you know you're not really getting along with, or you know someone is invited that you're not getting along with. It might be beneficial to hit them up like, look, we got the family coming together. I don't want there to be any awkwardness. Like, let's just hash this out now. You know what I'm saying? Because if you sit there through the whole thing and you're having a family get together, you're gonna sit there and be awkward. You're not gonna be talking to each other. Everybody's gonna notice. So if you wait till after, it's just gonna be really awkward. So I mean, even if, and I'm not gonna say do it during, even, but I mean, if you have to, even in the beginning of it, before everyone gets settled, like pull them aside, like, hey, can we let's just let bygones be bygones, or whatever the issue may be. But I really think it'd be beneficial if you could have the conversation, an adult conversation before. Now, if you can't come together and have that adult conversation on your own, have a mediator, have someone who can be, impartial to both of you. That's not going to get, quite in the middle if you can't have that. But I think if as adults, if we sat like 5 minutes can save you a lot of heartache. You know what I'm saying? So if you could take 5 minutes of your day, even just, and I'm not saying just because someone's family to let it go, but a lot of times that's what you got in the end. The friends that you think you have, and I'm gonna tell you, in my lifetime, I thought there was friends that I had for 30 years that I thought were gonna be there forever. You know what I mean? And you realize that it's not always the case. It really, in the end, a lot of times is your family that's there. So, a 5 minute conversation, and if it takes longer than that, even just pick up the phone. It's okay to be the first one to break the ice. You know what I mean? To break the silence. But I would definitely say before. If you can in any way, definitely before. Do you guys have anything more to say?
I feel like I'm Aggie. I'm the person in the family that I'm straight to the point. So I don't care if you're mad at me. I'm gonna still talk to you.
Right.
I don't care if you could be that person, be like, I'm done with you. I'm gonna be like, girl, come here. Stop playing with me. Like, I'm that family member, so I don't know.
Right.
It's like we have broken ice without having to really have to break the ice. Like, regardless of whatever you go through, it's kind of one of those moments. It's like, is it worth it? Ask yourself that question. Is it really worth losing your family member over?
Yeah, because I don't like having that. I don't like that feeling of that you just, if it don't feel good to, especially when you actually love the person, even though you're upset at them or they may be upset at you. I hate when someone is mad at me. Oh, I hate it. That feeling is just icky. But when you're mad, it's okay to just set your pride aside and be the first one to break the ice and break the silence between you.
I like that. I like that interaction with you guys. I'm sorry to chime in, but hey, it's all the bougie. I don't agree because even when it comes to family members and everything else, people have their own perceptions of you. Like even to my mom, I'm almost 33 years old, but she tells me, "You'll always be my baby boy." You understand what I'm saying? So people always look at you in a certain type of light. Families feel like to a certain extent they can get away with certain things. Mm-hmm. And my thing is this: don't let nobody play with you because let's not get it confused. We are family, but at the end of the day, what's more important to me is my peace.
For sure.
I'll cut off any and everybody behind my peace because a peace of mind is priceless. Sure. And a peace of my mind is priceless. So family, neighbor, close friends, it don't matter who you are. If you're disturbing my peace or you're not bringing me a sense of peace, it's that.
Now, I'm not saying anybody to stick around a toxic situation if that's what it is. But I mean, if it's something piddly, like you have a disagreement or something, because we're going to have disagreements, you know what I mean? But if it's something like big, like you've done some stuff, oh no, ain't nothing to cut that. Listen,
we tend to give family the most passes, though.
Oh, we
tend
do.
to give family pass after pass after pass, and that's not okay. I don't like that for us. I don't like that for individuals like us because you can't continue giving people passes. It's not a free day. It's not a field day. We're not having fun out here. Like, stop playing with my feelings. You understand? Like,
yeah, for sure. I mean, I think there's levels to this. You know what I'm saying? I'm halfway there. I'm disengaged, realizing all news. Sometimes releasing now I don't pull up with it. For sure. But I mean, if it's just something minuscule or it's just something that you can get past, if you know it's not an end all be all, don't be afraid to break the ice if you know, especially if it's something you've done. It's okay to apologize. You know? But if y'all are just pulling, go ahead. Go ahead.
Me, I'm more like this. I'm like, I'll how you say, I'll play along to get along, right? I'll play along and get along. And my thing is like this. If you keep coming at me with the same shenanigans, basically me, I tell my mother all the time, I don't like nobody in my family. Because they be on some other next level stuff. But I after, do I love them? Yeah, of course. They ain't gonna never stop. You know what I mean? But if you keep pulling the same shenanigans and acting very weird around me, and doing some off-standard stuff, I'm not gonna be bothered with you, whether it's a holiday or it's not, because 9 times out of 10, I don't need the headache. I already got enough headaches. So if I could just, you know, how you say, turn the fire down or turn the volume down, I'll do that. But if you're not willing to turn the volume down, then I don't gotta be bothered with you. Take the truth.
True. But if y'all are just pulling up, listen, we gotta go on to the next one. I promise you, there's more time. I promise. First question,
Okay.
Lord. But no, if y'all are just pulling up, hold that thought. If y'all are just pulling up, that's okay.
That's okay.
Oh, hold on, let me
Yeah.
show you on my sleeve. That's okay.
That's
Hold
fine.
on. You can find us every Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on the Red Room Talk, y'all. We just discussed what was the best way to address family issues with the loved ones. But now I want to get more personal. The American family structure is changing. Cohabitation is on the rise. More people are postponing and foregoing marriage. A rising number of children live in a household with unmarried parent. Same-sex marriage is now legal in 50 states. These changes, coupled with other problems that families often encounter, such as issues with addiction, mental health, can have a major impact on the family's dynamics. Most families face difficulties at some point. People are highly emotional beings, so disagreements and confrontations are inevitable. Each person has their own set of values, views, reactions, and thoughts. When you put several people with differing views and ways of thinking together, some conflict naturally arises. In addition, the stress of modern day life, from financial strain to the pressure of kids to perform academically, creates an additional difficult for many families, but sometimes it's a bit deeper than that. So I want to know,
Tell us about a family trauma and how or if it was resolved.
I think one of my biggest family traumas was when I would say when my grandmother passed away. When she passed away, it felt like the whole family just fell off. Like everybody just stopped getting together. Everybody stopped kind of communicating. It was just like, you know how you have that one bond? Is that one person that's gonna be the bond of the family. And she was like that one bond. It was like ever since she left, it was kind of like, and I ain't gonna lie, for many years I used to be so upset that our family wouldn't do the things we used to do. I used to be like, why y'all want to get together? Like, why y'all not doing it? Like, that used to bother me to see holidays pass by and my family ain't together. I'm sitting here debating if I'm going to TT house or am I going to cousin house. I don't want to drive around. Can we all get in one place? Like, I don't know. That did it for me. Like, I wasn't feeling it. It was to the point to where I was just like, you know what? I ain't going nowhere. I don't even want to go hang out with nobody because I feel like I was in the middle having to choose who I like better, who I want to go with more. Like, that's too much. I just wasn't feeling it.
Well, my family is more like I say the females in my family. Like when I was growing up, it was just like, you know what I mean. My aunts and always played favoritism. You know what I mean. And when they play favoritism, it's like, oh, my favorite nephew or my favorite nieces and stuff like that. So basically, what they was more likely doing is like trying to put each other against each other. So my mom's ain't like that. You know what I mean? She was like, oh, you're not going to show my daughter favoritism and stuff like that because I got two children, not just one. She said, if you want to love one, you gonna love both. You're not just gonna do what you want to do all willy nilly because that's that's gonna bring some dividing between her brother. And she said, I'm not gonna allow that. She said, so when y'all get it right and y'all actually wanna be interactive with my children, then more power. But we're not playing that selfishness and stuff like that. And that's how my aunts was. You know what I mean? Whoever had the highest job, oh, let me do this with this person, leave this person out. Oh, let me do this with this and leave that person out. My mom didn't play that. So she was like, you know what? When y'all get it right, let me know. The kids love you, but I'm not accepting the shenanigans that y'all doing. You know what I mean? Because in the process, you're not hurting one, you're hurting both. You know what I mean? So it was like, and the only time my family ever got together, tell you the truth, is only when a funeral come up. Everybody wanted to sing "Kumbaya" and talk about, oh, we need to stick together, and then after the funeral, everything go back to normal. So basically, me, I always been the type that like, um, don't get me wrong, I fought my uncles. I cursed my aunts in the mouth because I ain't like the type of treatment that they was putting towards me. Do I love them? Yeah. But will I stand for the disrespect? No. I ain't really care what age I was. But this was more happening when I was getting older and stuff like that. And when I was younger. So I feel like, you know what I mean? Just because the holidays come around doesn't mean like you're not going to always get along with your family. But I know where I stand with my family. So I just stay to myself. What I do is install the goodness and the carefulness and stuff like that into my children. So they won't have to deal with that. You know what I mean? And me and their mothers now like get along. Actually, we get along. You know what I mean? We could actually co-parent. No, there's no arguments, no disagreement. So we raising them the right way, not the wrong way.
Okay. I feel that. But when it comes back to like the family traumas, one of the issues that I recognized within my own family was the way we address situations is to sweep stuff under the rug mentality. I'm not one of those type of people. So I feel like if there's an issue, we need to be able to have a conversation about it, address it. You know what I'm saying? Handle it like adults. But um, I'm from the South, and you hear stuff as a child, but it doesn't resonate with you until you get older. Which was like, oh, don't take your kids by so and so house, or leave them around so and so. You know what I'm saying? Things of that nature. But then once you get older and all of that other stuff, you find out who so and so was and things that was going on and why people were saying things about so and so. So just addressing issues, being able to tackle those issues head on and have an adult conversation. It don't have to be conflict. Conflict is an answer to everything. But being able to get the meat and potatoes out there on the table so that way we get past all the craziness. You know, let's get to the heart of the situation and address that before we do everything else. But that was one of the traumas that was within my family, which was nobody never wanted to address issues, but rather sweep them under the rug or act like it didn't happen, or a particular situation took away from the fact that there's issues and then there's tension in the air or people are standoffish. Who wants to be around that type of situation? So yeah.
So I actually talked about this right before the show, but much like your family, like, my family, we don't really like necessarily always discuss whatever the issue was. We just don't talk for so long that that when we either miss each other or we run into each other and we just decide to talk again, and there'll be a conversation at some point, but it's not always like at the point of reconciliation. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like a lot of times we'll just let it go because we're family, you know. So for me, it's like, you know, not even just a specific family trauma, because like, you know, I've with a few even of my siblings, you know, or and you know even my father at some point, like there was a time when we didn't speak at all, but it always ended up being just we didn't talk for a long time, and then one day just spoke like, okay, we're just gonna, I was gonna sneeze, sorry, just let it go, you know. So it always would just be like, okay, well, we just love each other, so you know, we would end up just dropping it, or you would see each other and it'd be like, oh you know, and you would just end up talking again, you know what I mean? Or it might even come out right then and there, like, I'm sorry, and then you'll just hug and then it's over. But at some point there will be a conversation, you know what I mean? It doesn't necessarily mean it's gonna be right then, but it might be in the middle of a Tuesday, you know, or 3 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday. Who knows? You know, but at some point there will be a conversation. But a lot of times, like, especially with my siblings, that's how we are. We don't always just, you know, have a conversation like, okay, well, this is what happened and this is what we're going to do. It's always one of those just let it go things, you know. But yeah, if y'all are just pulling up, that's okay.
That's okay.
You can find us in the Red Room Talk every Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, y'all. You have not missed much. We do still have more to discuss. We just discussed what's the best way to address family issues with loved ones during the holidays and your own personal story. But now I want to move on to relationships. I could go on and on about what you should or shouldn't do with your partner when you're having relationship problems today. But today I'll be discussing one critical thing not to do that doesn't involve your partner when you're having relationship problems. Spoiler alert, it's not cheating or going on a bender. Though I would advise against those two actions as well. We'll be discussing is all too common and can cause big problems for you and your partner down the road if you engage in it. Even though it's tempting and it helps you feel better, it can be highly dangerous to your relationship. What I'm referring to is talking about your relationship problems to your friends and your family. So I want to ask,
Have you ever shared your relationship issues with close family members? Why or why not?
My answer was family members, no. Friends, yes. But family members I never have because I don't like criticism all the time. So that would be my reason why. I don't like people to tell me. You can't hear me? You can't hear me?
tell him to leave and come back. I don't think he can hear. Okay.
Oh, I thought you were saying you can't hear me. I was
I
lost.
don't
I was
think
like,
he can
what?
hear at all.
Oh, okay. But I feel like I didn't like criticism. I don't like, people would give out advice and don't even take their own advice. So more so, it's kind of like going for what I know, learning from what I know, kind of going through it to get through it type situation, I would say, because that's just me. It was a no for me. I wouldn't talk to my family about it.
For sure. So the question was, Undertaker, have you shared your relationship issues with your close family members? Why or why not?
Have a hope.
Have you shared your relationship issues with your close family members? Why or why not?
Oh, well, yeah, but mostly I share with my moms because actually my mom's is like one of the main people that listens to what's always going on with me. And like if she don't really hear from me for like a couple of days, she already knows something's going on. But I talk to her a lot. Between her and my little daughter's mother, I talk to them because they more of a listener. They'll hear what I have to say on even both sides. You know what I mean? And both of them will help me a lot when it comes down to you know, if I need advice or what to do and stuff like that. Um, but like I said, sometimes it's hard, you know, when you have to, you know, do a lot of things by yourself. You know what I mean? You're not really much getting the feedback that you need from your partner, and that puts a lot of strain on you mentally and physically to the point where you actually get like you get drained. So basically, to have the outlets that I do have and friends, um, it helps me a lot to deal with, those problems.
For sure.
Okay.
Sean.
To be perfectly honest, I'm able to look at it from both ends because um, when you're in a relationship and you go to telling your family your business or whatever the case may be, because you think your friend is supposed to be there for you, right? Okay, cool. But imagine bringing your significant other around said family members and then them treating your significant other differently based off of what you've told them because you were coming to them in confidence. You know what I'm saying? I was in early on in life, very young. My sisters, my mother, what I'm saying, people close to me, especially family related, I would let them know certain things. And then when I was bringing said person around those people and I noticed certain energies was off and weird, it was like, mm. So when people say keep people out of your business, they mean that. What goes on within your home, within your house, within your walls, that's nobody else's business. Family, friends, whatever, don't matter. Y'all can be goddamn going at each other's throats, whatever the case may be. We shouldn't know about that because that brings on the judgment, that brings on feelings of resentment. You know what I'm saying? People being looked at awkwardly and everything else. And people do hold grudges. So I feel like it's really best if, even if they close family, that you keep family out of what you have going on personally. I don't care what we have going on in our home. When it comes to my family and your family, they're gonna think we got everything together. We the happiest thing out here on earth. I don't care what it takes. You feel me? But our business is our business. So when you invite folks in, that's where stuff gets messy. And yeah, I think that's pretty much my opinion on that one. Yeah.
I want to chime in on that part.
Go ahead.
9 times out of 10, they actually, even like with the current situation I got now, they they don't treat that they don't. One thing I do like about them, my mother, what is for that is because she won't actually treat you any different. She'll extend a hand and she'll be like, "Listen, if there's a if there's an issue and y'all you know y'all can't meet in the middle, I'm not playing with favoritism. Yes, he's my son, but I'm going to tell him when he's wrong. And yes, you may be my daughter-in-law, but I'm going to tell you when you're wrong." She's not going to play both sides of the. She's not going to, play that. You know, she's going to tell it what it is, and she's going to tell me what it is, and she's going to tell her what it is. And then 9 times out of 10, she's going to be like, "Here's a solution." She's going to give the solution to both of us, and she like, after that, y'all take it from there, because in the end, it's y'all two. It's y'all two in a relationship. So basically, what y'all gonna have to do, y'all gonna have to meet somewhere in the middle. Don't make no sense to argue, fuss, fight, none of that. You gotta come with a middleman. You gotta come somewhere in the middle.
For sure.
So basically, she that's how she does it, and she did that all the time. You know what I mean? Do I get perturbed? Yeah, I have a way of getting perturbed. But when I get perturbed, I like to walk away and collect my thoughts and then come back to the drawing board. See, not a lot. See, a lot of spouses won't let you walk away and let you collect your thoughts. They will come behind you and knock. You know what I mean? So, like, hey, you can say, hey, give me a minute. I'll talk to you, but I just want to relax my nerves. You know what I mean?
And sometimes
But
when
sometimes
something is
people don't
needed, you
listen.
gotta let someone cool off.
Right. Sometimes people won't understand that. You know what I mean? And instead of them making a situation better and letting a person collect their thoughts, you turn out and try to make it worse. But then in the access, you'll wind up pushing that person away from you instead of them pulling closer to you. And I learned that all the years.
Yeah. So I'm gonna be honest. This is something I had to learn the hard way. And it's not just like parents. The only time that I feel like it should go to like your parents is if it comes to an abusive situation. If it's coming to like there's abuse in the home or something like that, you need to speak out, and I'm gonna say that. But I feel like FNF had said earlier, when you have an issue, it should stay between the two people because that's who the relationship is. Because then you're bringing people in. Because at the end of the day, you're gonna end up forgiving that person, but the people around you are not necessarily gonna forgive them, whether it be your family or your friends. And so that's something I learned in my previous relationship that it wasn't right because like yeah I needed to talk, but I mean I had the abuse in the situation I was in for one, but it wasn't always that. It would be arguments and I'm calling my he did this and then he was doing that with his mother, even though the things that he would tell so then she hated me for no reason. It wasn't really an issue of mine, but because he would spin a narrative, so she hated me for no reason, you know what I mean? So it's like when you go to someone's parents, like they're gonna protect their child, whether and especially if they feel like you're doing their child wrong or whatever it is. But like a lot of times it's just something that needs to be talked out, especially because in the moment, right, you're fighting and you want to just, well, what, F him. I'm calling my mom, he did this and dad, he did this, but you're going to forgive them at the end of it. So a lot of times if you can just give yourself, I say, give yourself a day. If you can't get over after day and you feel like you have to call someone and talk to someone at a point, then okay. But I'm going to tell you, by the end of that day, I guarantee the fight's going to be over. And then now you've done called your Aunt Cindy, your mama, your daddy, your brother, and now they all hate Joseph. Whoever Joseph is, that's your man. But now they all hate him because you've done told that he did this and he did that, but you were in a pit of anger, so you're going to make a mountain out of a molehill anyways. You know what I mean? So it's like you have to really pick and choose what you share with other people, because then they're going to have a view of the person when you were just speaking out of anger or sadness because you got into a fight. Even if you have to give yourself a breather, before you go sit somewhere, okay? Or if you have a therapist, call up your therapist, someone who is non-judgmental, someone who is not in your familial circle, because like I said, at the end of the day, you're going to forgive them, and they're not going to. And then you don't want that right there, yep. You don't want your man at the family barbecue, and now Aunt Deborah is like, he's a piece of crap, and you know that he yelled at her one time, and da-da-da-da. No, you don't want that. You really don't want that. So, try to keep it to yourself if you can help it. If you feel bad or something, talk to your dog, okay? Talk to your dog, something. Do whatever it is you gotta do, but do not call your mama, alright? Because now mama hates Joseph, and Joseph, your mama's gonna stink eye him, and she ain't gonna listen. Just don't do it. That's something I had to learn really quickly. Now, I might have a conversation, and I might not even say it's about him. I might call mom, like, yeah, man, these mother truckers on the app made me so mad, but really it was him. You know what I mean? Like, it might not even be that, but you just gotta get out whatever steam it is, but just don't bring your family. You have to keep it like Steve Harvey said, make a two-handed circle. It should be you and your partner. Keep your stuff between yourself, because that's eventually going to hurt them. Your partner should be protecting you at all times too. even if it is against your family. You know what I mean? And I don't mean against your family, like, but you should be protecting their what's the word I'm looking for? How they look. You still want to protect them. Now, like I said, if it comes to abuse, there's I'm not telling anyone to hide abuse or nothing like that. If it comes to abuse, that you definitely speak out. I will never to tell anyone to not speak out, but I'm talking about an argument because you didn't do the dishes and he yelled at you and no. But go ahead, Sean. Elaborate.
Thanks for the tag in, host. I appreciate you. I love that for us. I just want to say this, and we can, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I just want to say this, and we can be done with it. In public, whether it's around your family or just out in general, no matter if any situation arises, you're a unit. You're together. You stand behind each other. I don't care who's right. I don't care who's wrong. You're together in the public eye, even around family. You stand together. But when you get in that car on the ride home, or even when you get home, you should be able to let your partner know, like, listen, you were wrong. You were dead wrong. Just know I'm going to be here for you for forever. But in that moment in time, you were wrong. And they should be able to identify with what's going on and accept that. But in the public eye and out and about, you guys stand together.
You don't ever let nobody know when your home isn't happy.
Never. Thank you, host. You know what
because
I'm saying?
That's when they can feel like
Jimmy.
if people feel like they can infiltrate, then that's when you can have people come in and be like, oh, I'm gonna slide up in there. You got Bobby trying to slide in on Susie because Susie's mad at Joseph. So now Bobby gonna slide in them DMs like, oh, so I heard you and your man was arguing. What can I do to help? And then sometimes those guy friends or those female friends for the guy, that they might really just be waiting for a chance. So do not ever let someone know that your home is not happy. I'm just gonna tell you that because a lot of people are waiting for their. Listen, a lot of people. A lot of them guy friends, like when they're female, the friends of the opposite sex, a lot of them are just waiting for their moment. I'm just gonna tell you that. That's why a lot of times that stuff don't work. Not saying, oh, don't attack, but sometimes people just waiting for their turn. They waiting for Bobby to mess up or Joseph or whoever. They just waiting for him to mess up. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying. But anyways, if y'all are just pulling up. It's it's not. It's not okay.
It's not.
It's not. It's 10:47. Y'all, the show started at 10. But I'm gonna tell you anyways, y'all. This is the Red Room Talk. You can find us every Saturday. We just discussed what's the best way to address family issues with loved ones during the holidays. And your and your own personal story about divulging your relationship issues with your family. But now I want to talk about the taboo side. Ooh. The black sheep of the family is someone who is marginalized, scapegoated, and misunderstood. They may be particularly sensitive, emotionally intense, curious, and are wired differently. When the family has identified a person as a black sheep, all members project unwanted negative traits onto the scapegoat. Pointing fingers at the black sheep of the family is an unconscious strategy for some family members to evade their own emotional materials. The official term for the black sheep of the family in the systematic family theory is identified patient. The term is used to describe the phenomenon of how a family with unhealthy relationship dynamics assigns one person in the family as the scapegoat. The theories on family systems have taught us that it is not uncommon for family members to carry particular roles. Apart from the black sheep scapegoated role, some other common roles include the baby, the pet, the peacemaker. Through the mechanism of projection, pointing the finger at another family member as the cause for all the woes is a common unconscious strategy used by some family members to evade their own emotional pain and sufferings. Being made the black sheep of the family forms a toxic family dynamic which can result in a complex trauma and wide array of psychological impacts. So I want to get personal and ask,
what family member is known as the black sheep in the family? Is it you? Do you know why they are the black sheep?
That's a good one. If I had to say I had a black sheep in the family, it probably would be my aunt. She's kind of like the outcast person, but I wouldn't say she's the black sheep, but she the one that always say something that I hear everybody looking at her sideways. She just like, it's like the don't fit in person, the person that make everybody angry because she think a joke is cracking you down or something weird. Like I don't know. Because other than that, I don't really have a black sheep person in our family. I don't think we do. At least I don't. I think that my aunt would be probably the only one that I can think of. Like she's the only one that everybody be like, "Now why you everybody here? She don't know that." Like type person. But other than that, I don't think we have a black sheep.
Kager?
Well, I think we got a black sheep in the family. I wouldn't call them black sheep. I just call them, I just call three of them like, all three of them was like real bougie. You know what I mean? They'll argue more like between each other back and forth, and then the person that they go to will be my mother. You know what I mean? Cause my mother's more like the peacemaker. You know what I mean? So they'll get on the phone, and all three sisters will get on the phone. So I'll talk to my mother. Well, oh, this person did this, and she did that, and this person did this, and my mother be like, okay, first of all, I will listen to you, but I got my own problem. We're not doing this. So she'll be like, if y'all have a problem, all three of y'all have a problem with each other, then y'all gotta figure out some way to sit down and actually talk about this. But 9 times out of 10, they really don't. They still come to her with it. So she's like, you know what? Okay, this is how I'm gonna go. I want to talk to you, then I'm going to talk to you, and then I'm going to talk to you. And then once she do that, she absolutely finds a way to get them to start talking to each other, where she don't have to be the middleman. So once she start getting them to talk to each other, and they hatch everything out, then they start acting normal instead of they shoe size.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm him. Yeah. Black sheep. Yeah, that's me. Always going against the grain. Um, I do ask for guidance on certain things, but I'm the type, if you tell me fire is hot, I'm going to see how hot it is. You understand? Like, I don't care what your experience is. I'm one of those where I have to see it for myself. I want to experience something for myself. That's the only way you're actually able to learn out here is by doing things for yourself, making your own mistakes, forging your own path. Um, I can also say my older sister, me and her have a bond like no other, but she's never been one for social norms or what people expected of her. She's always moved in the light of, I'm going to do what makes me happy. And that's all that matters. And later in life, I've taken on that same persona, which is, if this brings me joy, if this makes me happy, I'm going to enjoy that. But I've never been one to stick to a playbook or whatever the case may be. I'm not one of those. Like, I'm so dope, you'll need more than the GPS to find me. Like, you'll need a compass out here, you know what I mean? Like, all of that, land navigation to find me. So my thing is, I'm going to enjoy being who I am. And at the same time, I'm going to enjoy life because you only get one life to live. But it's up to you to forge your own path, make your own mistakes. And I've never been one to follow a trend. I set those. I'm going to follow behind somebody else for my own individual. So, yeah.
Before I answer, y'all in the audience, do not go anywhere. I'm going to need your help here shortly. Go ahead, Undertaker, before I speak. Hold on just a moment. Huncho, you will have a moment to get in the box after the show. We have about 5 more minutes, so go ahead, Undertaker.
No, I was just looking at the comment. That's why I looked up at OG and went like this.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I'm gonna be honest. If you watch the show, I love you. But I'm gonna say, I'm not even gonna say who. I'm just gonna say there's someone in my very close family circle. They are, but I'm gonna say it was their own doing. It's something that they very much, they always put themselves on the out, and then they're always wondering why, like, nobody wants to call me, nobody wants to talk to me. Well, you put yourself there. It's not always someone just like, oh, you're just pinpointing someone. A lot of times, they're the ones who put themselves on the out. And I'm not going to say I'm the black sheep. I'm going to say, I'll give you a moment, Huncho, to speak out as soon as we're done. But I won't say I'm the black sheep, but I very much kind of put my own self on the out at a point. When I had fell ill, I very much kind of distanced myself from everyone because a lot of the people who you feel like are going to be there in your hardest times, they're gone. They don't check up on you. They don't, and I very much can tell you, I can count on one hand how many people really checked on me in the hardest time of my life. So a lot of time I pulled myself away from a lot of family, and I can tell you even now, as far as like my family, it is so bad. You know how I literally find out about deaths on Facebook, or the newest one, yesterday, as a matter of fact, I found out one of my family members passed on Snapchat. It wasn't just Facebook. Snapchat. Yeah. And it's something Bubbles. But yeah, on Snapchat, I just found this out and I was like, wow, so y'all just don't talk to me anymore because I don't, it's crazy. Like it went from like Facebook already is already like a slap in the face, but to find out on Snapchat, I'm like, dang, this is an all-time low, you know what I mean? So like, wow, this is like my aunt, you know what I mean? So it's like, dang, that's crazy. So I think a lot of times though, when it comes to like the black sheep, I think a lot of times what they don't realize is they kind of remove themselves. Not saying that's always the case, because sometimes you're just the mess up of the family and you put yourself in that predicament to become the black sheep because you've done some stuff that you shouldn't have been doing. That's not always the case. Sometimes it is the one that go against the grain. And my mom can tell you, she's right here in the comments, I'm one of those people that I always choose my own path. Like, yeah, you might lead me to water, but I'm going to choose my own way. I've always been that way. I've always done things my way. It's a habit that I've always wanted to find my own path and my own way of doing things. But a lot of it's just like, that independent feeling. It's not just, but I feel like sometimes you have to pave your own way and not do what everyone else wants you to do.
Right.
Lord have mercy. Patience is a virtue, Huncho. Patience is a virtue. But yeah, if y'all are just pulling up, that's okay.
It ain't okay.
It's not okay. It's literally almost over. But y'all, we have come to my favorite part, and Huncho, you're gonna be so happy because it's almost your moment, my boy. But y'all, we are at my favorite part of the night. When you hear that sound, that means we are at our hot seat question segment. Lord, we made it before 11 o'clock before this time, guys. Take it. Our hot seat question is left up to the fate of the audience. That's right. I went to Instagram to ask our peers what they wanted to ask for this week's hot seat question. If you want your question to be featured on next week's episode, make sure you go to my profile and follow me on Instagram, y'all, and look out for our hot seat question post. Now is the time that I need all of y'all in the audience. Yep, you too, Huncho. I need all of y'all in the audience to choose on the panel who you want to answer tonight's hot seat question.
I already voted Taker. That's why I put that there.
And he over here looking like
a bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit.
I already voted Taker.
Sean, can I just say this because we're talking about family? Your mama, okay? Your mama. Anyways, on to the hot seat question. Who do y'all choose to answer tonight's hot seat question? Put it in the comments right now.
Take her.
Pancho, listen, hold up. Y'all, I'm the host. Oh, you're pointing at me? This is crazy. I'm the host. Ooh.
So Sean G is invincible.
My mama. Oh, okay, that's what we doing tonight. Okay, man. You know what I'm saying? I love you still. You know what I'm saying? You're the black sheep now, just so you know.
Jen.
Dang, my own mama done went against the grain. Okay, that's what we doing. Okay, well, I guess, you know what? I'll do it. I'll do it. All right, I'll do it.
They just made my day.
That's crazy. You started, so you got to... The disrespect. But anyway, this week, Vicky wrote in and asked the question, ooh, this is my mama here too? I hate all of y'all. You know, I'm saying the box is down now, okay? If your family and your partner get into a fight, whose side do you take and why?
Oh, yes. I want to hear this. I love this for you.
I love you, mama. I'm going to answer this way. Because I really did not want to be the one to answer this. Lord, have mercy on my soul. You too, Undertaker. You have one too. You get a finger in. Everybody, yes, I am the Oprah of tag. So all of y'all get a finger, all right? But I'm going to be honest. It really depends. And I'm not going to say that you should... It really depends. Now, if I feel like my partner is dead ass wrong, like they've disrespected my mama blatantly for no reason or something along those lines, then I would say, of course, my family. But you should still always have your partners back at the end of the day. They're your partner. You are supposed to be partners, for better or worse, to death do you part. So I say, first things first, you should always have your partners back. Now, if you can help it, don't try to take sides. You got to have a moment where you can sit there and have a conversation and talk it out. But at the end of the day, your partner is who you got to go home with. Do you really want to choose your family and then you got to go home with your partner for round tree? No. But I say it really honestly depends. Now, if it's something where like, okay, you dead ass out of line and you shouldn't have did that, I'm going to correct you in private. I'm not going to correct you in front of everybody. I'm going to correct you in private. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, like, okay, even if I have to be like, all right, well, y'all, it's been lovely seeing you. And then get, you know what I'm saying? I'm about to pull you by the ear or something, you know. But for the most part, I feel like, that's hard. It's really hard because you got to think this is the person that you love and adore, and then there's your family, your mama who raised you, and all the. That's a tough one. That's. I don't know. Y'all can weigh in on that too if you'd like, and since y'all was such lovely people and chose me, you know what I'm saying.
Oh no, you attacked that very well.
I was scared of being the person for that because I knew my mama was gonna be here.
Not too nervous.
I knew my mama was gonna be here, so I'm like, oh dang.
Let's see.
You know, but I feel like you're supposed to have your partners back. Now I'm gonna tell you, it just really depends. Now if I feel like you completely blatantly disrespected my family for no reason and you're dead ass out of line, and I can tell you, my mama could tell you in my past relationship that very much has happened before. And I'm not going to be too happy with you. If you ever disrespect my mama or you ever disrespect my family, it's not going to fly. Now, I'll say if you dead ass wrong, that's one thing. But if it's just a disagreement and I don't think you should, I don't know.
I feel like at the end of the day, it would be who's on the side of right. I'm going on the side of right. Whoever's on the right side. Like, regardless who they was, who was right. Because at the end of the day, when you're wrong, you're wrong. You can't credit somebody to being wrong. I don't care. That's just how I think about it. Well, you right,
I feel that, but I'm going to be honest. I'm on the side of my partner or my person 100%. I don't care if you're right, wrong, or indifferent. I don't care where we are. I'm behind you. Let that be made perfectly clear. I don't care if we're around my family, your family, right, wrong, or indifferent. I came here with you. I'm being with you. We're together. You know what I'm saying? So I'm on the side of you. Now, by ourselves, when we get our time together, I will address everything that happened and handle it from there with you one on one. But while we're out and about, there's no, oh, my family. No, I'm with you. I'm choosing to start a family with you, build a family with you, be all of that with you. You're my actual family at this point in time, besides the family that brought me into this world. So it's about us at that point. So I'm standing behind you, whether you're right, wrong, or indifferent. I'm going to tell you about yourself later.
Yeah,
But I
that's why
don't
I said
care
don't
what
correct them in
public eye
public.
we're in
Always
or
correct them in
whatever.
private. I'm gonna be
Yeah,
whether you're wrong or
exactly
you're right, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna correct you in private, not definitely not public, because
correct.
I'm not gonna emasculate
Correct.
you in that way.
Actually,
Because
tell you the
you
truth.
got to think, would you want to be in that predicament where you're in a room full of someone else's family, and they choose their family? So I'm sorry, you're gonna take your butt home forever by yourself.
Well, on my part, I'll put you like this. My, me, look, my mom is my mom, but at the end of the day, um, tell you the truth, nobody's actually that retarded. You know what I mean? And I say that in a nice way. Because wait, wait, wait.
Okay. Okay.
Um, they not gonna. I never had that situation because ain't nobody gonna come at my mama. Because the minute you come at my mama, uh, there's a whole totally different animal that comes out with that. And yeah, you could be my spouse. I'll let you know that you're wrong. But once we get home and I tell you about it, you know what I mean? You're gonna you're gonna exit stage left because one thing I don't mess with is my mother. And 9 times out of 10, if you even think about disrespecting my moms, me and you gonna have a big problem because if you don't got no respect for my mom, that means you don't got no respect for me. That's like me going and cursing your mama out and doing all sorts of kind of stuff. And that means as your man, I don't have no respect for you or your mama. You know what I mean? So see, we ain't gonna do that. Uh People know me automatically. Like I flip a wig. I become invisible, I put my cloak on, you won't see me. I be like John Cena. You be out the door. For real. One thing I don't play with my mother. Because I only got one of those. Everybody only got one mother. You know what I mean? And you don't play the mother card. Now, will I tell you that you're wrong when I get home? Yes. But if you don't comprehend what you did and how you came out, nah, ain't no us at all.
Yeah, because I feel like if that comes to that point where there's a disagreement, that's something you're gonna have to fix though. Because I can't fix it for you. If you've done something,
Exactly.
you're gonna have to fix it. But I'm gonna stand behind you. But you're gonna be the
Yep.
one that's gonna have to fix whatever it is. Because I can't fix it for you. Because look, I'm gonna tell you, especially
Exactly.
my mama. I'm gonna tell you, once you get to that bad side of mama, they're probably not no coming back. I'm just gonna be. My mama is
Right.
very protective over me and all her cubs. So it's probably
Right.
not going to be no coming back from that, depending on what it is. Now she's a forgiving person too,
Right.
but it really depends on what it is. But that's why I say it just really depends on the argument or what it was really.
Exactly.
Blatant
But
disrespect
like,
for no reason. Okay, then I'm gonna
yeah.
have an issue, but I'm gonna let you know when we get home that we have an issue.
Yeah,
You know what
because
I'm
9 times out of 10, my mother tell you in a minute, don't burn, don't, cause my mother help you. She'll help you. She'll be there for you. She'll talk to you. She'll give you advice if you need it. But she'll tell you, once you burn that bridge, there's no returning. she'll let you know that real quick. Don't burn your bridges because the same bridge that you burn, you might not think about it, but you may need that same bridge that you burn, and you don't got it no more.
Yeah, that's so true. If y'all are just pulling up, it's over. Beyonce over. You know what I'm saying?
Done.
It's over. Tonight's topic was Thanksgiving issues around the table. You're definitely late, but do not fret, because you guys can find us every week on YouTube, which you can find posted in my bio by clicking the icon in my profile. But before I wrap up the show with the quote, he just spoke on my jacket. So I'm going to show it off one more time, you know what I'm saying? It says Jen and Juice here. You got the roses and bow to the back, you know what I'm saying? So make sure y'all go to wancho.juice on Instagram, y'all. And, get you something. Now, you can't have this one because it's mine. But get you one. Get you something. Get
But
you
remember,
a t-shirt.
mine got the back of my jacket got say, "Don't get a Taco Bell."
There you go. But y'all, every week we come to this wrap up the show with a quote. So this week's quote is: pain travels through family lines until someone is ready to heal it in themselves. By going through the agony of healing, you no longer pass the poison chalice on to the generations that follow. It is incredibly important and sacred work. Y'all, this has been the Red Room Talk, y'all. You guys can find us every Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But, y'all, the folks in the box, I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Gucci, Undertaker, of course, my lovely bald and bougie co-host. Appreciate you so very much, y'all. But y'all can go ahead and give your outros, y'all, and then we'll play a little ditty. Dan!
What's up, Dan?
Dan!
Oh, y'all want
Okay, you first, Gucci.
Go ahead, yes. The ladies.
I don't have no outro. I'm just out, y'all. You should know this by now.
And you guys can stick around if you want and get in the box after. I know, Huncho, I'm sorry. I know you was waiting this whole time and you probably left and you're like, F this girl. But it is a featured show, Huncho, so we always give a time after to get in the box and you can state your claim. But Undertaker, let us know about yourself.
Yay. Alright, well, I'm Undertaker. Live streaming, been doing this for 5 years. Just got back on the app. September? Just start streaming again in October. Yay! So, I just came back to have fun. Thank you, Jen, for letting me be on here. OG, you already know what it is, bro. You know what I mean? But you can find me every day. Either every day in the morning, every day in the evening, every day in the midnight, or every day early into the morning until y'all decide to get up and I still be on. But, just come through, chat it up, let's vibe. I listen to music. So, hit me at the, see you at the crossroads.
Appreciate you.
Respect. OG Shy, OG for a reason, you know what I mean? You feel me? Co-host of the Red Room, understand? It's such a blessing. It's refreshing to be here, you know what I'm saying? Because, I was one of them wide receivers when she was like, hey, Shy, I need you. I'm like, hey, I'm right here. So, she was throwing them long. I'm in the end zone, you know what I mean? So now we're here, and I love this with me. You can catch me Monday through Friday, 5 to 8. Eastern Standard Time, Sundays, Saturday, Sundays, the weekend is random. But you catch me every Saturday at 10, in the Red Room with the best host on here, with the hottest show on the app. Know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? It's the Red Room. If you ain't here, you a loser. That's why I got to say, you know what I'm saying? Favor.
I am Jen and Juice, y'all. I'm the host of this show right here, right now, y'all, the Red Room Talk. You guys can find me every Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's what it says right here on my sleeve. Saturday. Yes, it does. But y'all, if you don't find me on Saturday, you can find me you can find me every Sunday for Soul Food Sunday. We do alternating lives between me and my number 2 Bubba Wancho number. And then if you don't find us on Sunday, you can find us every Tuesday and watch our numbers live for Wancho Snacks and Juice. Y'all, it is the newest show on the app. We rate the newest snacks and drinks to hit the market, y'all, and we rate them and let y'all know whether it's a must or a bust. So make sure y'all tap in on Tuesdays for that show, y'all. It's really good fun. But yeah, other than that, wancho.juice on Instagram if you would like a wancho juice, you know what I'm saying, jacket, you know what I'm saying, this is my very own customized Red Room Talk jacket, y'all. So make sure y'all go to wancho.juice on Instagram. But yeah, let me play a little bit of a ditty, and then we can have fun in the box. You feel me?
Sounds production. What up, son?